Hello students, today I am going to start a chapter of 10th standard science, which is carbon and its compounds. Now before we actually begin with the chapter, let us quickly go through some basic terms that we have been learning from since childhood. Okay. Let us begin with a simple term, matter. Before I write down the definition of matter, can we take up few examples of matter? Can you name few examples of matter? If I happen to name them, I would say marker. This marker or pen can be an example of matter. This bottle can be an example of matter. This handkerchief can be an example of matter. So there are several examples that I can name. Now what is this? What are the properties of this matter? What are these properties of this marker? Why is it called a marker? Why is it called a matter? This matter, this marker is occupying some space and it has got some mass. So anything like this marker, anything that occupies space and has mass is called matter. Now this definition of matter is very old. We have been learning this since our lower standards. ये अगर हम लोग बहुत बचपन से पढ़ रहे हैं, in which subject did we study this definition? In which subjects did we study matter? We certainly studied matter in science. Okay. Now when we study science, other than matter, we have been dealt with three main branches of science. The first one is physics, wherein in 10th standard we have chapters like electricity, magnetism, etc. The second important part of science is chemistry. This chapter is a part of chemistry. Other than that, the first one of the chapters like chemical reactions and equations comes under chemistry. Acid, bases and salt comes under chemistry. Biology is the third and a very important branch of science. So the subject science is broadly classified into these three branches: physics, chemistry and biology. Okay. In biology you can take up examples like life processes. Okay. Now if I talk about chemistry, how will you define chemistry? How will you define chemistry? To define chemistry, I'll again go to the word matter. Okay. Now in matter, if you take up example of matter में, if I take up example of water. Water is an essential part of our life. Okay, so that is the reason why I took up example of water. What is the formula of water? We have been studying the formula of water. What is the formula of water? It is nothing but H2O. So this water H2O is made up of, one molecule is made up of two hydrogen atoms and one oxygen atom. So when I am saying that it is made up of two hydrogen atom and one oxygen atom, I am talking about composition of water. I am talking about composition of water. Water is composed, one water molecule is composed of two hydrogen and one oxygen atom. I am talking about composition of water. We very well know that water freezes at 0 degrees Celsius. So freezing point is 0 degrees Celsius and boiling point is 100 degrees Celsius. Water is colorless. So all these are properties. All these are properties of water. So when I am talking about freezing point, boiling point, color, odor, all these are properties of water. Okay. The next very important part is one water molecule which has got 2 hydrogen and 1 oxygen atom has or exists as a V-shaped molecule. It exists as a V-shaped molecule. Now we will be dealing with the structure of molecules in our higher standards, but for time being we should know that water molecule is a V-shaped molecule. So when we are talking about the shapes of molecules, we are actually talking about the structure of water molecule. We are talking about structure of water molecule. So with all these 3 important terms, composition, properties and structure, let us quickly define chemistry. Let us quickly define chemistry. What is chemistry? Chemistry is the branch of science. It is a branch of science which deals with the study of CPS of matter. Which deals with the study of CPS of matter. Now what is CPS? CPS purely means composition, properties and structure. What is CPS? CPS is composition, properties and structure of matter. Is that the only thing that chemistry deals with? No. Chemistry is a branch of science which deals with the study of CPS of matter, and also it deals with the interconversion of one form of matter. Interconversion of one form of matter into other. One form of matter into other. So this part becomes the definition of chemistry. So how do you define chemistry? It is a branch of science which deals with the study of CPS of matter. What does CPS stand for? CPS stands for composition, properties and structure of matter. And also in chemistry we deal with chemical reactions, conversions, interconversion of one form of matter into other. Okay? I hope you have studied, you have understood this much. We started with a very basic term, matter, which is defined as anything that occupies space and has mass. Now about matter we mainly studied in the subject science. That is when we classified science into these 3 branches: physics, chemistry and biology. Out of which this chapter that we are about to study is a part of chemistry. So that is when we thought of defining chemistry. To define chemistry, we very well took the example of matter, and that example was water. We learnt water with respect to its composition, properties and structure. That is what we do in chemistry. We deal with the study of CPS of matter and also the interconversion of one form of matter into other. Okay. Now with this basic knowledge of chemistry, I will quickly go to the classification of chemistry or the different branches. Different branches of chemistry. Now chemistry being a very vast subject, it is divided or classified into 4 different branches. 4 main branches. The first one being physical chemistry, second one is organic chemistry, third one inorganic chemistry, and the fourth and a very important one which has been newly introduced and widely used nowadays is analytical chemistry. Analytical chemistry. So science has got 3 branches: physics, chemistry, biology. Chemistry further has got 4 important branches: physical, organic, inorganic and analytical chemistry. Now what do you mean by physical? Which topics do we study under physical chemistry? Physical chemistry deals with atoms, electrons, ions. Okay. All these topics that we study it under physical chemistry. Inorganic chemistry deals with metals, non-metals, periodic table. All these topics come under inorganic chemistry. Okay. Analytical chemistry deals with analysis of salts, solutions, lab experiments, that is estimations, etc. So all the analysis that we carry out in the lab to detect the presence of some compound, to detect the presence of a particular element in the compound, all this comes under analytical chemistry. Okay. And the fourth branch, that is organic chemistry, deals with carbon and its compounds. Deals with carbon and its compounds. Yes, we have come close, very close to the chapter that we are going to study. Carbon and its compounds. Okay. So don't get confused between inorganic and organic chemistry. Inorganic chemistry deals with all elements, study of all elements and its compound, and a study of all elements other than carbon and their compounds. Okay. But organic chemistry deals with the study of carbon and its compounds. Now when we are talking about carbon and its compounds, compounds of carbon are also called as hydrocarbons. What are they called? Compounds of carbon are also called as hydrocarbons. Now why are they called as hydrocarbons? They are called as hydrocarbons because the main components of hydrocarbons are hydrogen and carbon. The main components of hydrocarbon are hydrogen and carbon. Or since they are studied under organic chemistry, they are also called as organic compounds. They are also called as organic compounds. CPDS means compounds. Okay. Now my simple question is, are the hydrocarbons made up of only carbon and hydrogen? Are the hydrocarbons or compounds of carbon, are they made up of only hydrogen and carbon? No, certainly not. Other than hydrogen and carbon, other elements that you may find in hydrocarbons are, you remember the elements by a very simple word, SHOP and X. You remember the elements other than hydrogen and carbon in hydrocarbons by a simple word, SHOP and X. Now what does S stand for? S stand for sulfur. H is already there here, it is hydrogen, oxygen, phosphorus, nitrogen, and X can be fluorine, chlorine, bromine and iodine. So X can be any one of the halogens. Okay. So which other elements can you find in hydrocarbons other than the main components hydrogen and carbon? Sulfur, oxygen, phosphorus, nitrogen and halogens. Okay. Now these elements are also called as heteroatoms. They are called as heteroatoms. Okay. So in this chapter we will be dealing mainly with hydrocarbons, or which the compounds are also called as organic compounds, in which the main components are hydrogen and carbon, and the heteroatoms are sulfur, oxygen, phosphorus, nitrogen and halogens. Okay, so this was all about the introduction of the chapter. In the next lecture, in the next video, we will go ahead with the properties of carbon and the bond formation in carbon. Okay. Thank you.